Happy New Year. It is raining and flooding. It's fantastic. You know, I did have a couple of different resolutions that I kind of wanted to pursue this year, but mud farming wasn't one of them. Hello. Hello. How are you guys, Dill? Donkeys, it's okay. Hi, Dilly. Happy New Year. Oh, God. What's your resolution? To give up the cud? Is that what it is? It's to give up coughing the cud? You guys sick of the rain yet? You guys can see out past the door. We got some pooling. But luckily, none of our stalls appear to be getting to it. Hello, Sunny. Hi there, girl. You want some hay? Hungry? Oh, let me hold your mat. As much as I like using the deep litter method, when it's rainy and stuff like this, I really hate doing it in here because I need some more space. And my mangers, my hay mangers that is, to allow goats to eat hay up off the ground, because when they're all in here like this, I just have to kind of spread it out so that we avoid bullying. Not to mention we've got the donkeys in here. So I've got a couple different places that I throw it in here, but it makes for a mess in my barn, which makes for fantastic compost. Don't get me wrong, but it's really not my favorite thing to try to dig all this up in the springtime, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the springtime. We have kids hitting the ground, we're putting in gardens where the bees are waking up. Everything just kind of all starts up at once. So I find it hard to get in here to get my stalls dug out, my main run actually. You guys enjoying your breakfast? A little late, I'm sorry guys, but New Year's Eve ran a little late. It's up late. Yep, I'm a mud farmer. See what I mean about mud farming, guys? Oh, that is not good. Oh, that is not good at all. That butts up right against the barn. I'm probably going to have a problem in my barn if this rain doesn't stop. It's just squishy, icky, yucky, disgusting mess. So I decided to come in to see if I can see any moisture coming in through. Well, if the goats would get out of my light, guys. Come on, girls. Yeah. I've got bits of moisture that are coming through. Oh, goodness. Thank you, barn hen. That is just not good. That is not good to have some moisture coming in the barn. The only thing that I can hope for is that this rain stops in the next 5 or 6 hours like it's supposed to, and that we get a hard freeze to kind of just kill the moisture, because moisture is not good to have in your barn, especially if your animals are sleeping in it. Number one, it just causes a lot of decomposition to happen faster, which means like through the breakdown of these organic materials, including goat poop, hay, urine, anything else that comes in here from the chickens, that breakdown, that bacteria that's doing all that decomposition will create heat, which is great because they'll keep it warmer in the wintertime, but it will also create the ammonia smells that are not good for goats when they lay down in their bedding. They get that ammonia smell into them and it can cause respiratory issues. So I'm probably gonna have to figure something out for that. Probably not right now. I cannot tackle this problem right now. This is gonna be a springtime problem to tackle, which will probably, I mean, really, I need to move earth. And I don't have an excavator, but right now it's just we have so much rain. We've had so much moisture coming through this time of year because it's been unseasonably warm, so we're getting a ton of rain. There's just not a lot of places for it to go, so I am trying to embrace being a mud farmer. Really, the only ones on the farm that I think even remotely enjoy this weather are the ducks. I often have to wonder what they're talking about when they act like this. Second day of the new year, and we are out trying to get some of these projects that we were hoping to get done last year. Getting a good start on them. Finishing some already. Look, he's finished all the boards on the top of the exterior, like more public facing fencing for our property. And he's also been using it to teach Joe how to use common tools, use a tape measure, because one of Joe's resolutions was to be outside with us more on the farm. She wanted to learn to do a lot more things. We're thinking about getting her own membership for ADGA, for the American Dairy Goat Association. So she has goats just for her own care. They're her responsibility, because it is important to give your kids a little responsibility on a homestead. Because if you don't feel responsible for anything, you don't feel a connection to anything. And I want her to feel connected to this place. Lucy, are you waiting for me to let you in since you escape? Come on, Queen. Here we go. On. Latches for you. Here we go, Lucy. After you, lady. You're welcome. You're welcome. We got some more unusable hay for the goats. You guys want it? It is pretty icky. I like it. At least I think they will. So some of you might remember from last time that the reason we do this with this hay that's not good enough for goats, because goats can't eat anything. They have a very delicate digestive system. It's easy to upset their rumen, which can then cause bloat or other things and kill them. So this hay, you can obviously see, like, it's been on the ground. It's got some deterioration, so it's not good for the goats. But it's good for mulch, and it's especially good for bored ducks in the winter that are making mud pits out of everything. So that's what I'm doing with this gross hay. Going down here, giving them something to sift through. I often will put their feet in this so that they have to sift through it, and it's also going to keep this mud pit from being any muddier, because Lord knows I don't want to fall into the duck mess. Hi guys, I know, what's going on? They're like, where's the food, lady? Perfect.
I remember.
And then keep it pushed a little bit.
There you go. Let's see, I'll push a little bit more. You can pull the trigger. Ain't gonna hurt none. There you go. There you go.
Good job.
And the board actually tightens in too.
Joe takes compliments just about as well as I do. Whenever someone gives me a compliment, I'm always like, so Joe does the same thing. Thanks, babe. It looks great. What do you guys think of the fence? Drop down in the comments. Did Mark do a good job? So close to the end of the year, I asked you guys what I should do with this, because remember, it broke when I had my winter cleanup in the buck pen. It broke my heart, because finding good tools like this, tools that you really like and that work well, they're few and far between, a little hard to find, and I love this pitchfork. So I put it on my Facebook page, kind of like a memorial for said pitchfork, asking what I should do for it. And I got a lot of really, really great suggestions. New handle, because that's all it would take. But I feel like this old girl has shoveled enough, you know what, and deserves a nice retirement. So I think I'm going to paint her and put her up on my wall in my tack room, because that's something I've been working on. I want to start the new year with a tack room that says me. It's got artwork in it. Chicken foray behind me. Where are you girls off to? Careful the hawk. So I'm actually going to put her up in our feed room. I'm going to paint her and let her live out the rest of her days on the wall, watching over her new counterpart take care of her old duties. So you guys can see I've been working in my tack room, putting up things that just kind of make it a little bit more mine. This one is a big one. I made this about 2 years ago, maybe 3. It says, take that bad day and headbutt it in the face. We got an homage to where we started with boars, chickens, now Nigerians. Welcome to the goat farm. And some of you might remember this one. So around this time last year, when I was in quarantine because Mark got COVID and I got 2 weeks off from work and he only took 2 days because he works remotely, I decided to take the time to do a paint with me live where I painted this picture of Lola Oren, and I'm going to put it up on my wall of art. But I'm pretty sure I need to keep a really good spot, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be like right here, that I'm going to put the pitchfork. And then my father-in-law, my mother-in-law is super talented. She does all kinds of different crafts. She had an open house and she had this own old barn door. And I was like, oh, that would be great for our tack room because I'd like something that kind of partitions off the tack and the feed from our nursery and our kidding area in our barn. So my father-in-law surprised us with a door and he put a nice little Christmas wreath to make it all Christmassy because it was a Christmas present. And look, it opens up so nice into our kidding partition of our lean-to. So I'm really excited about that. And then this is one of my favorites. It says, home is where the herd is. And that's actually fashioned after Sunny and Pinky. And then we've got MBF here in the bottom. And then I've got to do something with this nice old piece of farm art that I bought at a flea market. Thinking it'll go someplace over here, or there's no shortage of wall space in here in the actual kidding barn. So I'm going to be doing a barn tour video here soon, but I just wanted to let you guys see what I've been working on because I feel like the spaces that we're in and that we put ourselves in often should feel like home. They should kind of represent us. And this has been one of those areas where I work a lot and I spend a lot of time in, and I would just like it to kind of represent us. I represent a little bit of me in the space that I'm at. So I'm hoping that that makes it look pretty cool. I'm actually really happy with it, but it does make me feel a lot more artsy, especially in the cold weather where I'd like to be inside painting. So maybe I'll take you guys along for some more of that because we've got some empty beehive boxes that need a little coloring up. Lady, you got some big shoes to fill. Big, big shoes. This is my newest farm hand on Mulberry Branch Farm. I had to get a new pitchfork. So you guys can tell we've got a lot going on already, and we're only, so the second day, this is January 2nd. We're only 2 days into the new year. Hello, Dilly. Dilly always wants her glamour shot, always. And I'll be doing a special video here on Dilly soon because Dilly is a very special goat on our farm that some of you know about, but some of you don't. So stay tuned for that video. You're a special girl, aren't you? You're a special girl, aren't you? Yeah, you are. You're a good girl. So you guys can tell we're already starting off kind of hot and heavy on the new year, trying to get some of these projects that were goals last year to become fruition. And there's nothing more gratifying than seeing plans and dreams come to fruition and to mark that checkbox next to it complete. And some of these projects we've been working on for a while, and sometimes it's been sickness that's gotten in the way, it's been life that's gotten in the way, weather, all kinds of things. So there are a lot of things here that we're wanting to finish so that we can make room for the next couple of projects. And before we know it, it's not going to be cold like this anymore. And a lot of our projects are kind of spring based. They're around the garden, they're around the goats, and that part of our lives is going to explode like come late February, early March, because that's when we really start to gear up and prepare for everything. So we've got garden boxes that are going to be built. We've got duck pens that are going to be completed. We're going to build a duck house on a platform. There's going to be all kinds of different things that are going to come to fruition this year. And it makes me really excited to see what 2022's got. We've got all kinds of different goals that we want to hit this year. If you guys want a video just based on our goals, drop that down in the comments below. And Mark and I are feeling a big call for a lot of big things in our lives. I feel like this is the year where we're going to start down the path of a lot of changes. Big changes that are good, that will be very fear-ridden, but you can always stand on the precipice of joy and peace and never take the step towards it because you're afraid. Because it's a big change, it's a lot, and I don't want 2022 to be the year of fear that holds me back. I want 2022 to be the year that I jump into the unknown and see where it takes me. So I hope you guys are ready to take that ride with us through 2022. We're excited for you to take it with us. I know we're really excited, and as we become more set in some of these things and we've got plans for them, I will include all of you, because it's going to be a lot of things that we need to pray over, that we really need to do some soul searching for, and that we need to plan for, because it's going to be big changes, especially if we're going to go where I feel like we're going to go. And I'm really hoping that around this time next year in 2023 that we're going to be doing a year in review where we're going to watch some of these journeys start, and that what I feel in my heart and what we're feeling called toward and what we've prayed over is a reality. I want to come back in a year and see how far we've come, and to see all the things that God's had for us in this year, and to share them with you guys all over again. So I hope the new year is already treating all of you good as it's treating me, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you let us know by dropping us a like, leaving us a comment, and subscribing. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for spending your time here with us on Mulberry Branch Farm. We hope that you're being kind to one another out there and staying safe. And we're going to catch you in the next one, y'all. God bless.